Today I want to share with you a dish that you can make that's going to make your hormones happy, your digestive system feel good, and your adrenal glands be less stressed. Are you ready? Oh, it tastes good too. So, okay, let me just settle your nerves. It tastes good as well. And your children may even enjoy it as well. All right, today we're cooking again from the Healthy Treasures cookbook. If you don't have this keepsake, you need to get it today. And I really do not recommend you get it as the ebook. I mean, it's available that way. But you need a book that you can write in and you can say, yeah, this was good, loved this, made this difference, made this change, added this, subtracted this, because you are the own architect of your own recipes. But these are going to get you started in a healthy way. Sound good? I'm Annette Reeder, the biblical nutritionist, and I'm here for you. It's all about your health, your future, and most importantly, understanding that God loves you. Okay, you ready to get started? So today, we're going to make the Italian chickpea recipe. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite tools that you might want to have in the kitchen as well. So basically, it's called the Italian chickpea, so obviously it has some chickpeas in the recipe. So we'll put some chickpeas in there. That would be probably 1 can if you're just serving your family. If you're taking this to a potluck or to serve for a holiday, then you would obviously might want to double or triple this recipe. To this, we're going to add some freshly chopped tomatoes. If this is not a season where you have a garden or your friends have a garden to get freshly chopped tomatoes, then you might want to just go ahead and, use canned chopped tomatoes. To this, we're going to add some fresh herbs. So I have here some basil. I have some purple basil, cinnamon basil, and just some regular basil. The leaves have already been washed, and I kind of use it as a centerpiece in my kitchen. And here's what I want you to see. We can just chop this up on a chopping board, or I can use these scissors, these herb shears, and I'll put a link to them down below because these are just the must-have in the kitchen because it'll quickly make 4 slices, and it chops them up, slices them up much smaller than I do with my knife and much faster too. So it's just fun. I like fun gadgets. So let me just pull some more basil out of here. I can just take this and go chop, 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 chop. And it's just super easy. Now if you trust your kids with scissors, you could actually have them chop it up for you. And you're just going to have a beautiful green decoration in your dish. And they're going to be nice small pieces, but yet big enough to make it look amazing. Okay, so there we are. You can kind of see my green slices in there. To this, you could use, so the recipe is going to call for the canned tomatoes that have the garlic and all of the seasonings. So I'm going to actually add, have you ever tried roasted peppers? They come in a jar in the grocery store. Well, I actually received a ton of peppers one year. I mean, like crates of peppers from an organic farmer. And I took them and I roasted them myself, and I made my own roasted peppers. And then I actually decided to make a paste out of my roasted peppers. So I'm going to put a little bit of my roasted pepper paste in here and mix this up. Boy, does that smell delicious with those roasted peppers and that freshly chopped basil. Okay, now I could just stop there and serve it like this, and it would be a very healthy, very high fiber, high protein, high nutrients. The chickpeas are what your digestive system desires. Chickpeas just have an incredible fiber content that your digestive system can use to heal. Your colon can use to protect itself. And so that's why chickpeas are really the key ingredient in this recipe. So I'm not going to stop there though, because I want to show you something else, my other favorite tool. So what I have here is some zucchini. Now, if it's an organic zucchini, then I can go ahead and use the peelings in my recipe. If it's not organic, then I need to peel it first. This is a miracle peeler. And not that I'm just describing it that way, it's actually what it's called, the miracle peeler. It has a peeler side on one side, and then it has a shredder side, kind of your zucchini noodles and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding that to my recipe. So it's making long strips. I actually don't really want long strips for this recipe. I want shorter strips. So I'm going to go ahead and make shorter strips like this. And this is really going to add a nice color to my dish, and it's going to add a great nutritional impact as well. Now you could do the same thing with some cucumbers, but you know, sometimes we use cucumbers too much. Now my peeling is trying to get stuck in the blade, but that's okay. I can just pull that right out, and then I can go straight back to doing the flesh and just making some, kind of like what you're used to is called a spiralizer. It actually is just a really small spiralizer. It doesn't curl them, but it definitely gives me the noodles that I want for the recipe. So you can kind of see how it does that. Yeah, once again, if you trust your kids with scissors and sharp objects, you could go ahead and let your child use this as well, just as long as they know how to peel. And then they can add to the recipe as well. Okay, so now I've added some of that to my recipe. So I've got a really good vegetable content. Now some of those that were a little long look a little weird in here, but that's okay because it's food. And food can look pretty, it can look weird, as long as it's nutritious. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just dish this up. I would put it in a bowl for everyone to serve themselves, but I'm just going to go ahead and dish this up on my plate, like that. And then I'm going to top it with my basil for my decoration. Go ahead and trim that off. And there I have my dish. So it's the Italian chickpeas. You can make it any way you want. You can add to it, you can subtract from it, but here's the thing. Your body is going to get the fiber, it's going to get the protein. Your adrenal glands are going to say, that works for me. Your hormones are going to say, I like that. And your digestive system is not going to say anything to you or your neighbor, and that's what we want. So we just want it to work and work well. I'm Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist. Make sure you subscribe to this channel right down here below and hit the little bell next to it, because that way you'll get notified every time we post a new video. I would love to see your comments. What did you like about it? What did you add to it to make it special just for you? Share this with your friends, your family, your pastor, your missionaries all around the world, because we have a message of God's love to share with everyone. And God gave us foods like this to heal our body, to nourish us so that we could serve Him to our greatest ability. Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist. I'm on mission to keep you on mission.